Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm retired Navy vet. Just checking in, doing a short stream tonight. I was unsure if I was going to play or not. I decided, you know what? Let's just do a quick update on what I've been doing. I've been playing on a little, some Kerbal Space Program and Dwarf Fortress lately. Just haven't felt like streaming, so I figured let's, just get caught up. What I've been doing. So, let's see. Where's my Dwarf Fortress stuff? I guess we'll do that first. So I've been playing this fort in Dwarf Fortress for a couple months now, on and off. I borrowed an idea from Quill18 where he divided up all his dwarves, all the labor into, I think he had 7 different categories or 7 castes, if you will. I looked at all the labors that were available and I divided mine up into 12, basically 12 different castes instead. Uh, Basically, you had animal folks, cloth folks, commoners, crafters, medical, plant, pottery, stone, and wood, and then military. And then I had like a noble branch for the nobles, scholars, bards, whatever. So I didn't. I guess I had more than 12, but for the most part, the bulk of my dwarfs were in these 12 castes, and they shared, all the duties. I think it worked out okay. I don't know if I'm gonna do this again or not. I'm not sure. I mean, it wasn't any more. It wasn't any less tedious, quote unquote, uh, than just sticking a bunch of dwarves into having a bunch of masons, having a bunch of carpenters, having a bunch of stone detailers. Usually that's how I separate them. I had masons, carpenters, stone detailers, like bone carvers, stone crafters, whatever. That's usually how I divided up my dwarves, somewhat based on their skills and mostly based on what I needed at the time. I usually have 60 military, 40 hammer dwarfs, and 20 marksmen. That seems to be working pretty well. I'm still learning more. I do try and give my military at least a crafting skill. So when they're not training, if they want to do a crafting skill, it may or may not help with the moods. I've actually got a couple unruly folks right now I've been trying to deal with. I generally don't pay attention to moods and whatnot, or particular wants and desires. I just kind of throw people in wherever I need. Uh, I know I could probably do better by looking at particular dwarves and finding out what they like and what they don't like. Usually if I gets out of hand, I'll just kick them out of the fort and be done with, and just move on. So that's that. Hey, Dr. Phineas, how you doing? Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. I forgot about that. So I'm just doing a recap on some of the stuff I've been doing off stream. Good. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. I think I'm done with this fort. I've gotten as far as I think I want. I guess the big thing in this fort, learning wise, was I finally got a pump stack working after a couple different tries. Basically, I made this reservoir and dug far down to get to the magma. I mean, let's see, the surface is 131 and magma, the bottom pump stack was 71. So let's see, where is my, all right, there's the pump stack here at 116, and the last one's down at 71. So there's 40 or 50 pump stacks high of these things. And I did this little T shape with some stair access that I found on the wiki somewhere, and it worked out okay. Hit or miss for a while, but I think I finally figured it out. Uh, Last couple times I did these pump stacks, they were working. It's just I was not getting hardly any magma at the top, and what I think was happening was I didn't have enough power. I think I maybe only had 2 or 3 water wheels, and I didn't have these quad water wheels set up like I have here. They were just, you know, 2 wheels each. So this time I went with basically a 4x4. That shouldn't be there. Huh. But okay. Basically went with a 4x4, and I've had more than enough power. And as soon as I turned this thing on, I had magma pouring out, gushing in here really fast. So that was really exciting to see. I don't remember if that was on stream or not. And then I had a couple more smaller water wheels generating power for some millstones up here. They ended up, the millstones and the gears and stuff were in my burial area. But I was pretty pleased with getting that to work. I wanted to get to catapults and ballista a little bit, but I didn't really pre-plan any of the entrances. I started making traps. This was going to be the close up the outside of the fort. This is where where the bad guys are going to come through. I was going to line this with traps and do all my killing in here. I didn't quite get that far. I need to work on my trapped entrance design a little bit more. Just need to, I guess, watch some more videos, read some more forums, and get some better ideas on how to do this. I know there's many different ways to do it. And I'll probably try a couple different ways, hit or miss. And then I've got, rooms and stuff kind of scattered all over just because I was running out of bedrooms. So I really didn't plan my bedrooms out so well this time. So we had the barracks area and all the barracks related bedrooms. This worked out okay. We had plenty of dwarves training all the time. And I actually had archers training in here, which I almost never saw before. So this is the first real fort where regularly I'll get guys come out here and actually do some target practice. My archers haven't been the most effective. The hammer dwarves are getting most of the kills, but I might stick with archers for a while. We'll see how it goes. I know there's some different designs that I could do to make the archers more valuable or more useful rather. So we'll see how it goes. This was my farm. Egg layers are also here on the same level. Why? I don't know. This seemed like a good place to put them. We also had some, I dug these pits or these holes down to the farm level. And the idea was to put above ground crops here. It worked somewhat. Mainly, I wanted to grow flax, ropeweed, ramie, things that I can make paper out of. And it worked okay. Right now, I'm not planting anything because I have way too much crap, and my frame rate's pretty low. So I stopped growing stuff. I was trying to use up all this extra crap I got laying around, thinking that might improve my frame rate. It might if I let it go for a while, but I think I'm ready for a new fort. Try a new design. And all this space here I dug out because I was running out of stone. Also, I had hematite in here, so I was doing a lot of digging. I still have a lot of hematite laying here I didn't quite pick up. Hematite's one of the iron stones. Hospital worked okay. I had a few sieges. I lost a few dwarves, not too many. It worked out okay. Medical bedrooms. I decided to put the medical folks near the hospital. I don't know that it worked. This was my main social area. I got a big tavern here, just a meeting area here, a couple libraries. The libraries are these two small libraries are by far the two busiest areas in the fort. These were always so busy, I went ahead and made a bigger library here. It gets a little bit of use, but nothing like these two small libraries, and I, I don't know why that is. Maybe someone's got a stack of dwarf girls in here somewhere, and boys or whatever. I got some temple areas. I was just I had made like this statue garden thing. I occasionally get someone wander over here. I don't know. Some guild hall rooms. These are jail cells. Some extra bedrooms. I didn't get quite around to getting all this smoothed and engraved. I was kind of smoothing and engraving areas, kind of on a priority basis. Some noble rooms and whatnot, like bookkeeper, manager, broker, whatever. These are basically each time a dwarf walks through, they get a free bath. This seems to work out pretty well. I like this. You have to kind of plan your fort around it, though, because you have to contain the water on this level. So I had to have some extra access to this. It's okay. I need to find a different design. More noble rooms. The idea here was to maximize the value of each one of these rooms. That's why they're separated. Bedroom, dining room, study. Kind of separate them a little bit. I don't think I'm going to do this in the future, have them separated like this. It's really takes up a lot of space to do this, and it doesn't really look that pleasant. So I need to come up with something better. King and some like noble tombs. So this was the king and queen. Air actually got a king and a queen out of this not too long ago. He's been demanding coins almost nonstop. Let's see. The count likes weapon racks, and the mayor has a variety of stuff. Lately, the mayor's been asking for arrows, or bolts, which is fine. I have bolts on repeat for the hunters and the archers to train with. King's been not unhappy, but I've been having trouble getting his rooms up to royal status. I guess I'll make the rooms bigger in the future. Everything in here is pretty much masterwork. I do have room here in the middle. I guess I can drop a couple more pedestals and put some more artifacts in there. I don't know. So, excuse me. One thing I have not ever did is encrust any of my furniture. And I think that's what I'm missing. I need to learn to encrust the furniture, encrust the masterwork furniture, and then plop this in here. So that's something that I could have did. I'll work on that next time. Anyway, bedrooms, nothing there. This is kind of my storage area. A whole lot of quantum stockpiles. My next fort, I really want to get away from quantum stockpiles. I really want to learn to manage my stockpiles better. And I need to minimize the amount of crap I have. And from what I've read, that should help with the frame rate. Or the slowing down of the frame rate over time. I think it's just the amount of crap you have in stockpiles, not necessarily stuff that's in place. I need to read up on that a little bit more and learn a little bit more about it. All the workshops are here. Right below, this is the magma smelter. All the magma-related smelters and furnaces are here. And of course, down here is the magma pool, or my magma tank, if you will. I kind of grouped all my workshops together, and directly below each of these workshop areas are the related stockpiles. It worked okay. I'm trying to, I don't know, just trying something different. I don't know. I want to look at some more designs and see what else I can come up with. But this worked okay. I never did use this siege workshop, and I don't think I used a Boyer's Workshop at all. And the only reason I built these, I think the last fort I actually had production orders for some of this stuff, but not this time, so I didn't use these at all. I was making a whole bunch of paper and quires for the libraries. I don't know that my scholars and scribes actually wrote their own books or not. I have no idea. So I always bought every book I could, each caravan that come through. Right now, I've been out of leather for a while, so I've been starved of leather, and I actually went back and tried to grow some more turkeys. Uh, but none of the eggs have hatched yet. So I bumped up. I wanted to get a whole bunch of uh, young turkeys and peacocks, but I didn't get quite far enough. I mean, if I let it go farther, it will. I have a well and a cistern here. I have a well up here to to uh, to give to the animals. We also have a well here in the middle of the hospital, so that worked out okay. This is the only two places that have the well, and this is just a shaft that runs down to the cistern area. We have the catacombs. Hey, Mr. Cat, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thanks, man. And then support machinery for the water wheels and stuff. And then we had a couple forgotten beasts show up down here. This is feeding from the stream up above into my water wheels. And here's some of the pup stacks for my magma. We do have an area down here that I do have some auto chop going on here. They can't come down here and harvest some of the cobwebs whenever. But I had built up quite a stock of cloth and silk. I just kind of turned it off for now. And I can get out into these areas, but I usually have these locked. So instead of doing drawbridges, uh, I have the worst luck with drawbridges with getting them closed in time. So I went with this system. So basically, I have stairs under these floor hatches, and the dwarves will go down the stairs, up, and come back up these stairs. These are locked right now. So if something like a troll, a building smasher, comes down these stairs here on this side, he's going to get to these stairs, but can't go no further. They can't reach the floor hatch because it's on a different Z level. And as long as I keep these floor hatches locked, there's nothing the building destroyer can do. I did have a hole or two. I did have a forgotten beast that was a flyer. Get in. I forget where I was messing with. There was a hole. I think it's here. Yeah, here. So I did have a forgotten beast thing flying around. I had my military pre-staged. All of a sudden, the forgotten beast was inside of my stairway. It took me a while to figure out that there was a hole right here that the forgotten beast flew through and got in. So I finally found the hole, got it patched up. Fortunately, that forgotten beast only killed like one or two of my dwarfs before I put him down. It wasn't too difficult. I didn't mess around in these caverns too much at all. You know, as with most caverns, I go on and on and on. This one was flooded out down here. I did have what I thought was weird. Let's see if I can find it. I started hearing stuff burning. And I thought maybe there was a forgotten beast on the surface. But no, I kept hearing something burning. Where is it? Come on. Can I find it now? Anyway, I found this area in the caverns where lava was just spilling out from somewhere. Oh, I'm sorry, magma. Magma was spilling out from somewhere. I still have no idea. I don't know if I can even find it now. Here. So I finally saw this. magma is spilling out from somewhere and was slowly expanding and burning, and that's what I was hearing. It took me a while to find this. It's nowhere near where my dwarves have been, but I still can't figure out how this happened. You know, I, I don't know. Looks like there might be a volcano here. This looks like a volcano. I don't think there was a volcano on my embark at all. I don't think so. I mean, it definitely doesn't go up very high. This is pretty deep. Surface was 131. This is down at Z level 76. And then you know, the magma sea. But it's still strange to me that, where's it at now? That this magma is pouring out from somewhere into the caverns. I don't know. I got some areas there I haven't uncovered yet. So I don't know what happened in here. So that's the first time I ever seen that. Maybe that's normal. I don't know. It could have been a forgotten beast that spawned like in the magma sea and was able to break through a wall or something. I have no idea. You know, more magma stuff. Now, I was kind of messing around here at some point when I was building my. I was looking for magma and a place to put. I was considering whether or not I was going to put magma smelters down here. And then I decided, no, let's go ahead and just do the pump stack thing. So I kind of abandoned this whole thing and ended up just making pump stacks here. So right under here, we have this nice big lava. I never did get around to mining any adamantine, or so that's something I still haven't did yet. And I know that you can find very bad things by digging into these voids, but something I still need to experience for myself. So hopefully in a fort very soon, I'll get around to doing that. I did get steel this time. I did get a nice steel production going. So that's also a first. I usually don't play long enough to get steel, or sometimes I've never had steel. Just something I'm learning. I need to learn to get into metal smelting much earlier in my playthrough than I normally do. I need to get military and metal production much earlier than I usually do. I know I just said that a couple times. It's just I guess I have a systematic way of doing my forts. I kind of need to change that up a bit, and do more metal production and military setup earlier in my forts than later. As far as the surface goes, talking about drawbridges, past several forts I had, like I said, the worst luck with drawbridges. So I didn't have any drawbridges except for one, and that was kind of to close up the area where the depot is. So I have the same arrangement. I have basically a tunnel under the wall, and I have hatches on the inside that I can lock up. Something comes along, I can lock the doors in an instant. Uh, that's kind of not fair that you can lock a door instantly. Uh, it was kind of beneficial for me because I'm still learning the game. But I think I'm going to go back to drawbridges and just deal with the consequences. I think that might be more frustrating, but it also be more entertaining too at the same time. And if my fort dies early, well, hey, that that's the joy of Dwarf Fortress. So my next fort, I'm going to go back to drawbridges and not do the instantaneous lock thing. That's it's not cheating. I think it would be better if you say, yeah, forbid this hatch, but a dwarf has to run over here and actually lock it, for example, right? I think that would be better instead of having it done instantaneously. But okay, so be it. These little stairs here were when the fort was locked up. These were the bad guys were going to run down, and eventually we'll have these trap areas and kill in here. So I need to revisit that more. I have honey production was also a first on this one. So I kept getting tired of the messages about my animals or my dwarves getting stung by bees. So I kind of enclosed my hives in their own little area with stairs access through the farm. That worked okay. I had some floor area here. I was gonna build a road and everything too. I don't know. Watching some of like Tekka's, Krug Smash, and Blind RL's videos, I think I need to expand the scale of my fort. I mean, my fort seems large, but it is not. I don't cover a lot of area. I cover a lot of Z levels, but it's really not that spread out. So I don't know. I need to maybe try some do something more with water, mist generation. I don't know. Uh, for my bucket list, as far as learning, or at least try uh, catapults and ballista. I know they can be useful in certain situations. I've never messed with them. I think I'd like to mess with them a little bit, at least just to say, hey, well, I tried them once. I do like trapped entrances and being able to control access and be able to send my dwarves to whichever corner I need to fight off the bad guys as they come in. I think I just need to come up with a better design, longer hallways. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I know there's a lot of different theory and a lot of different play styles on how to do this. I don't know. Maybe just next time I may not even plan my fort in advance like I normally do. I usually draw my fort in advance in Excel and then build it. It might be fun just to wing it. I don't know if I can make myself do that though. I like drawing it in Excel, planning it out in advance, and then it's kind of satisfying to, draw it out and then actually build it into our fortune and watch it come alive. I don't know. To me, that there's some satisfaction in doing that. I do need to get uh, maybe get some different shapes. I'm kind of getting tired of seeing everything square. Everything square and symmetrical. Uh, I don't know. It's just I can't seem to get away from that. Maybe try some different shapes or something. That might be interesting for a change. I enjoy it. So I mean, what can I say? Long as I'm enjoying, I guess that's what really matters, right? Someone might get an idea or two watching it. Probably not, but that's fine. Again, I haven't been streaming a lot lately. I just haven't felt like it. So, all right, that is Dwarf Fortress, and I'm probably gonna start a whole new world. I was running out of iron very, very quickly on this one. If I went any further, I'd have to start trading for iron or something. I mean, well, I guess there's uh, some iron left in here and in here. I mean, I've got quite a bit on the ground yet, so maybe I wasn't starving for iron. I don't think I have any extra steel. I might have some extra steel laying around, not a whole lot. So I guess in hindsight, I was out of iron for a while. That's why I had to come back in and start digging for iron. So we ended up finding some. Fortunately, I had hit iron early when I was digging out my areas, so I knew where the iron was. So that was okay. Anyway, that's Dwarf Fortress. Let me get out of this. What else have I been doing? I've been meaning to play some more Minecraft. Haven't touched Minecraft for a little while. I had started a mod pack called Not Too Complicated. I was having fun with it, but I don't know. I just hadn't felt like playing anymore. And meanwhile, while I have that on another launcher, I'm also like just putting some mods together in Minecraft 1.18.2. Just my own little personal creation. Just a bunch of tech mods and UI mods. Uh, uh, that I put together. Uh, it's not working right now though. I'm not sure why. I think I don't know what happened, but this thing won't even run right now. So I need to, again, I need to remove all the mods and add a few at a time, make sure it runs. But I'll do all that whenever I decide to play. There's a few mods that are not yet available for 1.18, and it could be, months before they're available. I'm kind of waiting on those, and kind of waiting to see what happens with 1.19 too. So I'm not sure if there's how much of a change there is between 118 and 119 as far as mod development. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Again, I'm in no hurry. So that's Minecraft. We're done with Dwarf Fortress. I was playing King's Quest 11. I might get back into that. I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying it. I don't know. It was fun, but wasn't enough depth there to bring me back consistently. I don't know. I might jump into it again. We'll see. I also got the HD remaster for Final Fantasy VI. I did Final Fantasy VI years and years and years ago. I might jump into that. I've been also looking at Beat Saber. I bought the Valve Index some time ago, and outside of messing around in Google Earth VR, I really haven't did much with it. So I figured I might give Beat Saber a try. We'll see. And I've been playing a lot of Kerbal Space Program lately. Uh-oh. There we go. So, mainly, I've been making an orbital station around Kerbin, a fuel depot around Kerbin, and a fuel depot around the moon. Lots and lots and lots of launches to and from, to and from. And then prior to all of those launches, I did a lot of simple missions for cash. I just want to quickly show you where I'm at on that. This is the furthest I've ever gotten in Kerbal Space Program. We've landed on Minmus already. My next big hurdle is to get to Duna, which I've never did. I've got over 1,000 hours in the game, and I've never been to Duna. I usually play for a while, then quit or rage quit or whatever. Then I come back to it, start over. This time, I built a lot of infrastructure prior to any of the big missions, and I think that's what I was missing before. I was always getting frustrated, and I'm also using a lot of mods too. So I'm not much for the vanilla game. I like modded Minecraft, modded KSP. Anyway. Oh, I'll show you the alarm clock in a minute. I added a bunch of transfer windows to my alarm clock so I can get craft launched out on time. And I might have missed my Duna launch. I need to get a communication satellite out to Duna. That's the next big hurdle. Meanwhile, I've been building a space station around I think I finished the space station around Kerbin. I have a new fuel depot around Kerbin. I've yet to retire my old fuel depot, which is over here. Let me show you the old fuel depot first. It's a little slow to load. My computer's aging. But I'm not going to upgrade this thing for a while. It'll have to do for now. Having all these mods doesn't help either. I don't have that many, but and KSP is not the best optimized program out there either. So this monstrosity is my first fuel depot to support, you know, missions to the moon and my initial missions to Minmus. Just have a bunch of fuel up here, some habitation stuff. I have this whole thing here. No, the whole thing here is my taxi that I was using getting to and from Minmus. I have mods installed, and after a week, my Kerbals turn into tourists unless you add stuff in here to keep them happy on the journey. So that's what this is. That's the Umbra Space Industries mods that I have installed for life support and habitation. So this big giant thing here, to and from Minmus. I still need to figure out how I'm going to get to and from Duna. I'll probably do something similar. I'll probably have a fatter rocket, maybe not as long. We'll see. This thing is not very nimble at all. This whole fuel depot is not very nimble. This is my lander. I did my first moon missions on. And this is just habitation stuff and a space tug that I had up here. So that's that. So I had that for a large part of the game. Then I downloaded a space station from Kerbal X. Well, yeah, downloaded the individual pieces. You still have to put it together. And let's look at the updated fuel depot first. So this is the new fuel depot, which I also downloaded from Kerbal X. All the pieces. A gentleman called Irate Mercenary made all these. I just flew them up. I think the fuel depot was about 14 flights to get it all put together and a lot of fiddling to get it all lined up properly. It was fun. I enjoyed doing it, though. Look at this beast. Ain't she a beaut? I don't know that this holds any more fuel than my little hodgepodge. Hang on, got his knees. Oh, excuse me. I tell you, every time I start streaming, my nose runs and I sneeze. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm allergic to the microphone. Anyway, this is my fuel depot. I have not used it yet. It's full of fuel because I brought these tanks up full. I did add these 2 tanks on the end. I sent one too many flights up here, and I didn't want this to be lopsided, so I brought up an extra tank. So, plenty of places to dock. I got a couple very small space tugs here. It's got these heat radiators for some reason. I guess I can put a nuke on here, a little nuclear generator if I wanted to. I'm not sure why I would do that, but anyway, I've got this fuel depot here. It's out at 500,000 meters. And then the space station that I've got is at 250,000. This was a lot of fun to put together. I don't know that I'm going to use it, but it looks nice. More often than not, I'll fly up to the fuel depot, refuel, and then head out wherever I'm going, whether it's Moon, Minmus, Duna, or wherever. So I've got 1 day before I'm scheduled to launch my first craft to Duna. I need to get that in orbit soon. So this is 1 day, assuming I've already got the craft in orbit around Kerbin. So I'll have to look at that again. I'm not sure how long it's going to take to get to Duna. I have no idea. Again, I've never been there. And then, of course, I gotta get communication satellite there first. I gotta get a couple satellites there to start mapping the place. We'll have to do an unmanned tour of Duna, and then eventually I need to get some fuel pre-staged there, and then get a lander out to Duna. That's gonna take a long time. It's dark right now. Let me time warp a little bit. Get this thing around. There it is. I mean, it's not spectacular, but it's fun. I do want to add a couple things to this. I want to add a big habitation ring from the USI mod. I don't think I have it unlocked though, but I think adding a habitation ring here would be awesome. It'll look awesome. So that it's still not very visible. There we go. That is my space station. We have a mobile processing lab, which I've never used. You transmit some science into the lab, you process it, and you get a huge multiplier from the science, but it takes a long time. What's this? Storage. More storage for bits and pieces and whatever. There's no real fuel on here. I don't have any life support. So one thing I'd like to add is some supplies, but and I've got extra docking ports. I'll probably just chunk some life support supplies on here. Maybe some habitation stuff up here too, in case I get contracts to have Kerbals come up here and stay for a day, a week, a month, whatever the case may be. And then the habitation ring, I think, well, it'll be either on this end here or this end here. I've never did the habitation ring stuff from the USI mods, so I don't know if it even will fit on this or even how it works. So, and I don't know if I even have it unlocked yet. I'm hoping when I get the Duna, I'll get a crap load of science from that. I'll be able to unlock some more stuff in my research tree. I'm a long way from finishing my research tree. That is my space station. I'm pretty pleased with it. This was also 13, 14 launches to get all these pieces. You have the main section, and then you have these end caps. Each one of these little sections was its own launch. These trusses, one launch, one launch, one launch, one launch, and then the center. It was a bunch of launches to get this. But it was a lot of fun. I need to figure out if Duna, since I'm going to be heading out to these other planets, which are moons, which I've never been to. I need to figure out where I'm going to have another fuel depot, pre-stage another fuel depot to continue missions on to these other places. Probably Duna. I don't know if I'm going to have a moon base or not. I might just, I don't know. I think I will. I've never learned or I've never had a moon base, and I think that would be a good spot that's relatively close. So I need to learn how to drill for resources and produce my own fuel and all of that. I think the moon will be a good spot for that. And then if I want to do that again, pre-stage or have a permanent colony in Duna, I might do that. But KSP2 will probably be out before I even get that far. So we'll see. I'm having a lot of fun with it, though. It's definitely the most interesting playthrough that I've had. Again, I have a lot more infrastructure in place before sending out my Kerbals on these longer missions, which helped tremendously. So I finally learned how to do that. I guess I read that before. I just didn't take the time to actually do all that. I was always in a hurry to get somewhere new and end up, running out of fuel. Whatever. So that is KSP. All right. I'm just going to exit out of this. Force exit. Now I have to remember I got to get a that communication satellite built and in orbit before that timer runs out. I think that's it. So that's it. Minecraft, Dwarf Fortress, Kerbal Space Program, and on the might playlist is Beat Saber and Final Fantasy VI. Let's see what I have on my wish list in Steam. This is my wish list in Steam. Not too much here. Kerbal Space Program 2, the Steam version of Dwarf Fortress, this first-person action shooter thing called The Day Before. It looks kind of interesting. I'm definitely not going to pre-purchase this. I've been burned before. We'll wait and see if it's something I might enjoy. Here's another one, kind of open world. Looks kind of like Breath of the Wild, called Excel. That's supposed to be out who knows when. It looks pretty interesting. I guess we'll have to wait and see. And then Starfield. That's another big one. I doubt we'll see it in November, but you never know. So that's it for my wish list. Anyway, that's all I've got tonight. Hope I entertain you for 30 seconds or so. If not, well, thanks for coming by anyway. That's it. So I don't know when I'm going to stream or what I'm going to stream or if I'm going to stream at all. So be it. Be well, be safe. We'll see you next time.